Welcome to Edinboro Television. I'm Sierra Holman.
And I'm Ben Jackson, and this is your weekly news update.
The Erie Art Museum held a panel discussing violence as a part of the film shown at the Erie Art Museum. ETV reporter Ben Jackson has more.
The museum held a panel discussing violence as part of film at the Erie Art Museum. The panel featured Edinboro faculty members Dr. Rhonda Matthews and Dr. Jim Wirtz, as well as Ben Spiegel of the Jefferson Educational Society and John Johnston, publisher of the Erie Voice.
For me, part and parcel of this film is talking about how much we focus on the gun problem when the gun problem is really symptomatic of something much larger. And so the fact that the film itself creates such a focus and such a center so strongly on the gun problem while making the subtext of the film what the real problems are, the community problems, the social problems, the national problems. And so that's the challenge. As you say, Spike would like to put that out on the table and let you try to pick it up and do with it what you will. But John, earlier you mentioned Do the Right Thing, and you kind of drew a comparison in the introduction. For me, this was much more like Bamboozled, if you've seen Bamboozled, with the satire and kind of the many role reversals that play within the film as well.
The panel followed a showing of the Spike Lee joint Chirac, which is a satire about gang violence in Chicago and the women who instigate a sex strike in order to stop the gang violence and strive for peace. The film stars Teyana Parris and Nick Cannon.
I don't, to answer your question, I don't, no. It's not it's not even remotely realistic. It would be a great, I think if women had community like that, then I think that it would be a thing that could be done. But the idea that a woman's power lies in her sex, in her withholding or providing access to sex and sexual contact is the biggest bill of goods that our culture has sold us. If women were to do this now, the incidence of rape would go up, right? And it's already high, right? And as would the lack of attention to that type of violence against women. So, no, I don't think so.
For more information about film at the Erie Art Museum, visit filmsocietynwpa.org. For ETV News, I'm Ben Jackson. Members of Edinboro's campus media had the opportunity to be a part of a local film production last Tuesday. Edinboro University alumni Darren Foltz invited the media members to be extras in his production of a sequel to his previous Krampus, the Christmas Devil movie. The filming took place at the Edinboro Police Station and the Borough Bar. Media members played part in an angry mob scene that had the chance to meet with the film's crew. Folt's new film is expected to be released in October or November of this year. For more information about the upcoming movie and the filming process, visit edinboronow.com.
When we come back, learn about a coach that was inducted into the Hall of Fame, the N-Word panel, and UPB performance. Don't go anywhere.
My experience at Perico has been so great. I feel like it's really my time for school now. I tried going back to school when I first graduated from high school. I just wasn't ready.
It's closer to home. It's very much more affordable than the other colleges in the city. When I finished my degree here at Perico, it would provide me with higher pay. I can actually grow more in my company than I would if I wasn't going to school.
Perico College, affordable, career-ready education.
We dig deep.
We overcome obstacles.
We come together.
We prepare.
We hit the ground running.
And we achieve our goals.
We train hard.
And we compete even harder.
We reach new heights.
We win.
And at Edinboro University, we create champions on and off the field.
NCAA Division II has much to cheer about, as nearly 100,000 student athletes compete with passion and pride. And I'm pleased to share the best news of all. Student athletes are outperforming the rest of the D2 student body in graduation rates. Just another reason why you'll hear us say with pride, I chose Division II. Learn more at d2sa.org.
Edinboro's head track and field coach, Ann Carlson, was inducted into her alma mater, Central Missouri Athletic Hall of Fame on February 20th. Mike Fenner and Drew Patrick spoke to Carlson on the Scott Sports Show last week to talk about her accomplishment.
Over the weekend, being inducted into the University of Central Missouri Hall of Fame, the Athletic Hall of Fame there, what did that mean for you to be a part of that?
Oh, it was huge. I mean, I just think of all the people that I think were way better than me and stuff when I look back to college and things like that, and to be put in that same group is just, I mean, it's indescribable to be put in with those same people. So it's an awesome experience.
And what was it like to be back on campus there? I mean, was there any of that nostalgia going back?
Oh, definitely. I had to go and eat in all my old favorite places and all that type of stuff. And they actually hosted a track meet. My school hosted a track meet Friday night, so I got to go back and work and talk with some of the kids. I know some of them from, you know, us both being Division II schools. We go to the national meet and stuff like that. But I got to meet some of the younger kids and things like that. So that was really cool to kind of see the traditions that were in place when I was in school still going on now. And they're really just like we were and stuff, so it's pretty cool.
And what were the reactions of your athletes when they found out that you were going to be honored like this with such a prestigious award? I mean, what did they have to say about it?
Well, I think once they got over the fact I was going to miss practice in a meet, no, they were really great. Obviously, like you said, we hosted a home meet, and that's a lot of work, and they stepped up and set everything up, tore everything down. We had no issues. I had multiple coaches from other teams contact me and tell me how great they all were and stuff like that. And that's huge, because without them being on my side and supported me doing this, I couldn't have done it. It wouldn't have mattered that the administration was on board and stuff like that. If my kids wouldn't have been, it wouldn't have happened. So it's really huge that they stepped up, and it means a lot to me that they would do that for me.
For more information, go to Edinboro Now's YouTube page to see full coverage of the recent Scott Sports Show.
On February 23rd, the Multicultural Resource Center, Black Student Union Association, and the Rho Phi Alpha Fraternity hosted the N-word discussion at Edinboro University in Compton Hall. The panelists of the night were Assistant Chair of Counseling, School Psychology, and Special Education, Catherine Robbins Hunt, Associate Professor Dr. Rhonda Matthews, Edinboro alumni Tony Radcliffe, Senior Bradley Hill, and historian Johnny Johnson.
Some people define it as any member of a dark-skinned race. You can read up there, a person of any race or origin regarded as contemptible, inferior, ignorant, etc. A victim of prejudice similar to that suffered by blacks, a person who is economically, politically, or socially disenfranchised. A dictionary will define it as
I don't know if they'll
an ignorant person. So moving on, how do y'all define it?
It's interesting because we talk about how the term the N-word, I personally don't use it, so you'll hear me say the N-word a lot, sorry guys. But we talk about how the term is supposed to be endearing and mean love between two people, but we restrict that to African Americans, which I guess I understand, but then when you hear a white person say it, you get mad. And but like, what else do they have to go off of? I mean, if they hear us say it, and then they value you just as close as you may value your black friend, and they're like, oh, well, then that means you're my end. You know, and like, we set the example, and if we learn anything, our culture is often stolen. And we create the standard for a lot of things. So we create the standard for when the N-word is used, but then we restrict that. And if we are to expect other people to stop using it, we also have to stop using it.
Last Thursday, Edinboro's University Programming Board brought performer Carlos Andreas Gomez for a night of acceptance and diversity. Gomez's spoken word poetry discussed topics such as equality, acceptance, stereotypes, aspirations, and many more. Students and faculty members filled the multi-purpose room as Gomez made the performance a learning experience as well as a strong interactive environment.
My little sister likes to read Harry Potter books. We'll spend an entire afternoon doing nothing but something she's not supposed to be able to do. Don't be fooled, though. By the fluttering pages in her palms, she's channeling Da Vinci, inverting words like a fresh bruise. Turned tangerine orange, she picks the ripe hurt from a swaying branch in a chapter. And we both hear Albert Einstein's words echo up from the floor: if you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. My little sister Maya likes to read fairy tales. Has always loved fantasy. It's where we built her playground. She is Leonardo minus the mirror. It took years for people to read what everyone thought was Da Vinci's own invented language, when all he did was just write backwards. And just like Einstein and Leonardo, Maya has a gift. Some don't think so and call her dyslexic. She is a genius to her. Coded like the paragraphs her potent mind distills, but while kids repeat monotone words from a teacher who might as well be a cartoon parrot, or a doll's audio-recorded voice, or a hooked-on phonics tape acting as a babysitter, while kids stuff their mouths with dull letters and muted sounds, Maya is in the daydream.
To view the full performance, stay tuned to ETV.
Coming up, we will have your weekly weather reports, followed by your Fighting Scots sports report. Keep watching.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
To compete for a championship in stadiums full with cheering fans and families. To give back. To say thank you for your support. To learn, grow, and prepare for the future. Ask any NCAA student athlete what they want, and this is what they'll tell you. Ask these student athletes, and they'll say with pride, I chose Division II.
Hi, I'm Anna Ashcraft, and welcome to your weather report. On Monday, we have a high of 37, low of 26, with rain possible in the evening and 1 to 3 inches of snow accumulation overnight. Tuesday and Wednesday, we have Winter Storm Quo moving in, with a high of 46 and a low of 35 on Tuesday, bringing in rain in the afternoon, turning to snow, and accumulating 1 to 3 inches overnight. Wednesday, we have a high of 44 and a low of 38, with snow accumulating 1 to 3 inches in the morning, tapering off by 9 a.m. Thursday, we see a high of 39 and a low of 16, with possible precipitation about 20%. Friday, we have a high of 23 and a low of 17, with some possible precipitation as well. Saturday, we have a high of 37 and a low of 23, partly cloudy. And Sunday, we have a high of 31 and a low of 28, partly cloudy.
I did not have many support systems. I felt very alone. Through NAMI, I earned a support system, I earned advocacy, I earned an organization that I could refer others to and advocate for mental illness with. And through NAMI, I feel that I can help stamp out stigma.
NAMI of Erie County. Find help. Find hope.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on... Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
My parents always said that a bridge is only useful if it can be crossed.
At Edinboro, I found a university that connects who I am to who I want to be.
A school that's affordable with excellent professors and nationally recognized undergraduate and graduate programs who give personal attention to my success. Edinboro is also a place with great traditions and big-time school spirit.
Edinboro University. It's the bridge to your destination. Choose excellence. Choose Edinboro. Apply online at edinboro.edu.
Hello everyone, I'm Drew Patrick and this is your Fighting Scots Sports Report. This past weekend was busy as Edinboro played host to numerous events. The first one was the PSAC Track and Field Championships. Yes indeed did the Zorofsky Dome host the PSAC Championships. There is no guys team, but the girls team came out firing starting on Saturday with the 5,000 meter run. Ida Narberval, Casey Jones were the top, as well as Anna Hosel and Emma Sullivan running in this event. They had a pack mentality throughout the whole time. Ida Narberval really had herself a day, lapped almost everyone in the field, taking home first. Casey Jones was fifth, and Anna Hosel and Emma Sullivan rounded out your top 10 in the 5,000 meters. Moving on to the 800. Becca Bond was Edinboro's runner as she made the final cut there. This was on Sunday. She was running here the second to last lap, trying to make a move and almost hits the deck, but just ultimate resilience from Becca Bond as here on the final stretch. She's breaking free of the pack, and Becca Bond is your PSAC champion for the 800. And of course here gets a hug from Mom. Mom is coming, so proud of her daughter, gives her a big hug. She is your first place with a time of 2:16. Now we move on. Let's go back to the distance runners and Ida Narberval, who's having herself a fantastic event. This is the 3,000 meters. Those distance people we run had a great run. Here, Ida Narberval, she has a smile on her face before the last lap. No one smiles in this race. So she comes across the finish line in that first place. She's pumped about it. But wait, in second place comes Slippy Rock, and here comes Casey Jones from fifth place. She came all the way up to third, just booked it around for that last time, and these two giving each other a hug, congratulating. They both made the podium. Ida Narberval was first, and Casey Jones was third. Also, Gabby Schultz won the shot put event with a throw of 13.75 meters. As a team, the Fighting Scots finished third, and some runners will move on to the national championship, Eden Arborval, one of them. It is on March 11th in Pittsburgh, Kansas. The rest of the team prepares to start the outdoor season, which begins March 17th at the UNC Charlotte 49er Classic. The other major events this weekend was the first round of the men's and women's PSAC championships basketball. Let's start on the women's side as they were looking to take down Mercyhurst for the third time this year. The Mercyhurst transfer, Katie Fisher, got off to a hot start, and I mean a hot start with 11 first quarter points, and Borough had a monstrous lead at the end of the first quarter, 25-9. The ladies never looked back from that point as they smoked the Lakers of Mercyhurst by a score of 61-42. Fisher finished with 18 points, 7 steals, and 6 assists. Freshman Michelle Yan added 15, and senior Lauren Hippo had 14. The next step for the Edinboro ladies is a rematch of a Cal team that they battled just last week. That game will be on Tuesday night at 7:30. And the men were also looking for a victory over a Clarion team that had really been the thorn in the side of Borough all year. The Fighting Scots did things right in the first half as they took a 40-32 lead heading into halftime, but coming out from that break, the wheels fell off for Borough. Clarion's Rob Augers and Andre Anthony led a relentless Golden Eagles squad that went on a 51-29 tear to take the game 83-69. The twosome of Augers and Anthony combined for 47 of those points for the Golden Eagles. Henri Wade Chapman, in what would be his final game in a Fighting Scots uniform, went for 24 points, bringing his total to 1,397, which is good for 9th all-time at Edinboro. The Fighting Scots finished the year with a 15-11 record. The tennis teams were also in action on Sunday as they took on Damon College in New York. Starting on the men's side, the Scots shut out the Wildcats 9-0, led by impressive singles matches. Vitor Albanese defeating Mark Veneguler 6-3, 6-0. Marcusio Santos getting a 6-3, 6-0 victory. Camilo Macoyo had a 7-5, 6-1 victory. Mateus Santos a 6-1, 6-0 victory. Daniel Fernandez a 6-3, 6-1 victory. And Thomas McCoy a 6-2, 6-3 victory. And with the win, the team remains undefeated on the year at 7-1. The women also had their chance to beat the ladies from Damon College. And the women rolled to an 8-1 victory and swept the singles matches. Julia Hellerston defeated Carla Rollins 6-4, 6-4. Anastasia Dosek defeated Haley Scannon 7-6 and 3 and a forfeit. Marhisha Temusik beat Gretchen Ringler 6-4, 6-2. Roxana Ye defeated Jessica Robbins 6-1, 6-1. Tablina Balea defeated Delaney Frago 6-1, 6-1, and Jenna Vuskevanov defeated Aman Shama 6-0, 6-1. Borough's only loss was at the number 1 doubles. The ladies improve to 6-1 on the year. Both teams are back in action on Wednesday as they face Roberts Wesleyan College. That match is in Erie and starts at 11:30 a.m. What an early start for those guys. The wheelchair basketball team looked to tune their fine skills heading into the national championships with 2 matches against our friends from north of the border, Canadian Academy. Unfortunately, Borough fell in this one twice as the first score was by 61-35. Borough's Kevin Atherley was the only Fighting Scots in double figures. He had 11 on that first match. The second match, more of the same, 72-48 Canadian Academy victory. Ayuba Aliyah led the way for Borough with 12 points. Edinboro plays host to the National Intercollegiate Wheelchair Basketball Tournament, which starts at 8 a.m. on the 10th of March. The tourney is a 3-day long event ending with the Boys and Girls Championship games at 2 and 4 on Saturday, respectively. An all-session pass for this event is priced at $15 for adults and $3 for students. Single-day tickets are $7 for adults and $2 for students. Well, that's all the sports we have for you this week. To stay up to date on all things Borough athletics, go to edinboronow.com or gofightingscots.com. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a great week.
Before NAMI, I did not have many support systems. I felt very alone. Through NAMI, I earned a support system, I earned advocacy, I earned an organization that I could refer others to and advocate for mental illness with. And through NAMI, I feel that I can help stamp out stigma.
NAMI of Erie County. Find help, find hope.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up?
Oh, we finally bought a place.
Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
That's all the news we have for this week.
To stay connected to all things Borough, head to edinboronow.com. Thank you for watching.